Guess who's back? What's going
I'm
on?
back, bitches. I'm back, bitches.
Where were you?
I've been MIA, haven't I?
Yeah, man.
I was busy the last like 8 days. I was in Sweden for the UFC event. Before that, I was in Bangkok. Been been traveling around a bit.
Okay, so let's talk about Sweden. You were there for Sweden. The main event was pretty crazy. The rest of the card, not so great, but the main event was crazy. I know your guy, he won. Um, Talk about that, your guy, Nordine. Because he
So we had
fought a guy that was like a big, he's pretty popular in Sweden. He's a Swedish dude,
yeah
right?
yeah it was so he was originally supposed to fight I believe it's Emil Meek
Yeah,
is how you pronounce his name.
yeah.
Which we saw him there and everything. But about a week and a half or 2 weeks before Nordine's fight, he got a message from the UFC, obviously saying that he had gotten hurt, and they switched the opponent, and they put in the guy that Nordine ended up fighting, which was like, I think for Nordine it was a lose-lose situation. A, he beats the guy, no one cares because he's supposed to beat the guy, or B, the guy upsets him, and then he's like just off the charts after that. So it wasn't like a big. There was really no upside to it for him. But anyways, he was like already been training to fight and was ready to go. So we took the fight, and the guy actually surprised me. He didn't do a bad job at all. Um, Nordine handled him pretty easily. He just fought a smart fight, and definitely took care of what he had to do. Didn't finish him. I wish he would have finished him, but he didn't. But he still fought a pretty good fight. So after that, I think he got interviewed by quite a few journalists and stuff after that there in Sweden. So I think he kind of voiced how he felt about it, and hopefully it does something, and he gets an opponent that he really wants the next time. Um, but yeah, so that was that. But it was a long 7 or 8 days building up to the fight. Those fight weeks are like quite slow because I was there like 6 days and he was there 10 days before the fight. So it was a long week. But Sweden's cool. It's a nice city.
What were you doing for those 6 days, except for the normal things of training and getting Nordine ready? What were you doing out there?
Waking up, eating breakfast with him and his other coach Zabiar, aka the Spanx. If he's listening, I'm just joking. No, just getting breakfast and answering emails and messages from Tiger and all the shit I got going on back here with fighters coming and tryouts and all kinds of different stuff we got going on. Uh, and then we go for a walk in the beautiful city and hang out. Then after that, I just go back, watch some stuff on TV, and then we train, and then pretty much go eat dinner and walk again, and then I go to bed.
Shit, it kind of sounds tedious.
Yeah, it's pretty like I said, like that's the longest I've ever been. Usually like if I go to a UFC event or any other fight, it's like 3-4 days max before. But 7 days total was like quite long. Um so yeah. But it was cool. Like I've never been to Sweden. It was a cool city. The people were nice. Um it's different. So it was cool. I'm glad that I definitely went, and I'm glad, I got Nordine winning, um and there were some decent fights as well on the fight card. Like Gustafsson was obviously insane.
Did you go out and watch the fight, or did you watch it on the screen?
I left the locker room, bro, and we went out and watched it, and the arena was like, it was insane. Like I think I've been to like a couple UFCs that were like a lot of people. I think this one had like 16,000 people, which it is a lot of people, but it was insane. Just like the vibe, like everyone was chanting like Alex, or as they say, Alec, and then like they were saying stuff in Sweden, like in Swedish, and I guess that's how you would say it. But they
So
were
they
like
were like,
chanting.
Alec, Alec, Alec,
Yes, the
like
whole
that.
crowd, like yeah, they had like 3 or 4 chants they kept going to, and it was insane. and even at the top, because I was standing at the top of the arena, you could hear Gustafsson and him as they were fighting, like the the cage floor like rumbling,
Mm.
like bouncing off the fence, like even that high up in the arena, you could hear it. It was insane. So it was pretty cool to watch. And then like the final like knockout was just it was ridiculous because we were in Gustafsson's in locker room. It was him, us, Till, and Mahadi in the same locker room. And Gus came in like obviously later than everybody else, but so I got to see him warm up and like it was like their whole like pre-fight walkout. It was pretty cool. It's pretty cool, I have to say. Jimmy Manowal was in there like chilling.
Oh, because that's his homie, right?
Yes, this homie. I wanted to go up to him so bad and like talk to him, but it was like such a serious time before his fight. But I wanted to walk up to Jimmy and like video him and just be like, "Right, bruv, you from the streets of London, geezer." But like, obviously, I didn't do that. But he like, I did hear him like talking to some people, and he's like, it's got like typical like London like lingo. It was funny.
Well, you're used to those people. You're used to the London, the British style. You got a lot of dudes around you, right?
Yeah, well, most of my friends here are like English from the UK or from Australia or whatever. So I think I got like one American friend here, and my brother now. But yeah, so I'm used to the English.
All right. Well, yeah, Gustafsson was pretty crazy. He did what I expected him to do, is stay on the outside and just pick him apart, stay away from the power, and he did it perfect, man. He looks way better than he did against DC, and he almost beat DC. So I think if they fight again, he will beat DC. I believe. I know you're a DC dude, but I'm
I
a bet
am, bro.
against you.
Look, I'm a DC guy, and I still think he would win. Um, well, I would want him to win, but I gotta say that Gustafsson, like I like the guy. Like obviously, I don't know him. I said what's up to him when I saw him, but he's you can't knock his style, man. Like his fight with both DC and John Jones, the two best, probably the two best to ever do it at that weight class. Um, and he had bangers with both of them. And I think he's improved, and especially after this win, he's probably got his confidence back. Um, man, he looked great. And
He
like
did.
I read something like people were saying like talking about him running and stuff, but like, come on, like he stayed out of the way of that right hand, and like if he would have got hit with that, that is a game changer. He's like Jimmy Manowar or like someone else, Chuck Liddell. Like those guys have punching power that it's not like they knock someone out every once in a while. It's like if that right hand hits you, you can go down at any time, like because it happens all the time.
Yeah,
So he did a really good job of playing the outside, and man, his I think his uppercut was the game changer of the fight. Like every round, he hit him with multiple uppercuts, and it was almost like a Conor McGregor like really light, like whap, just like threw it up there, and that's what it was, and it hit him, and so he did a great job.
he hit it behind the jab, so he would hit the jab, and then the uppercut will come right after the jab. So it like Glover, it's not like he's a quick dude. So once the jab comes out, that uppercut comes. He's right there to eat it every single time. And yeah, it was perfect, man. It was amazing. I think that.
No, I agree too. Think about it: three uppercuts in a row, step off, and a right hand. That's an
For real.
insane combination. Who uppercut someone three times in a row? Literally, like whap, whap, three times. So it was pretty incredible to be there and to witness it live. It was definitely like a really cool experience because the arena was like not only was a fight great, but the whole atmosphere inside the arena was insane.
Yeah, Glover. I think he's old, man. He's not like what he used to be.
He is, but I tell you what, he even like after the second round when everyone knew like Gustafsson was like kicking the shit out of him, man, you could tell like he was like bloodied and battered, but he was still coming forward. And he's one of those guys though, even though he's getting the shit kicked out of him, at any time he has the power to change the fight. And it was still like a scary thing. Like you still saw him Gustafson like moving out of the way and running from that is big punches. So props to him. Like it's style matchup. Like he's a guy that just has a lot of power and like yeah, he's a good fighter, obviously. But the skill level is not the same as what Gustafson has. So
Well, Texeria, I think, Glover, he could be top 10 for the next 5 years, but
I agree
is
with
he going to be one of the guys fighting for the title? I don't think so. I think every time he goes up to that level, those
you.
guys are
Yes.
just good enough and smart enough. That's the key, is the smart part, to stay away from his power and, beat him pretty easily, just like how Gustafsson did. But who knows, man? That division, like Glover, would be a perfect guy for. Let's lead into it. Gokhan Saki,
Yeah.
because they just signed Gokhan Saki, right? So
Are they
Glover
are they at the
fighting,
same weight?
huh?
Are they at the same weight?
Yeah, they're light heavyweights.
All right, I say give Gokhan a tune-up fight and then let him fight him.
Well, I don't know if they're gonna do that. Who knows what they're gonna do with Gokhan Saki is 0-1 in MMA.
Yeah, I know, but I think that he's 0-1. When was the last fight? Do you know?
No, I don't know when that fight
I'm
was.
gonna look right now because I want to know for myself. But I think that his stand-up skills, I guess it's like James Toney, but not the same case because clearly he like the UFC's probably been like they know if he's been training on the ground and he has like you know some sort of understanding of the ground game.
I think
However,
he does. I think he does.
yeah, no, I do for sure. I have friends in Dubai that train at the same or trainers at the same gym, and I've already like asked them and stuff. Um, but what I was going to say is like it's not boxing, like kickboxing and Muay Thai it's MMA except without the ground game. So I think that he has like a legitimate shot of being okay. And I think someone that that skilled that actually takes the time to learn the ground game can pick it up.
Yeah.
I.e., the Thai kid that I have, Saksurin. He's a blue belt already in jiu-jitsu, but he's also the Roger Dunn champion. And now in 2 months, his wrestling has really like improved to like leaps and bounds, where it's actually kind of incredible. So I believe that guys with that level of striking or that level of jiu-jitsu that maybe could pick up striking more. I think strikers being able to pick up the ground. I definitely think that he can
Well,
if he has the right coaches.
it's like swallowing your pride and and going in there and becoming a white belt and putting in that work. That's all that matters, I think, for the guys like that, because he's top of the game for striking, so he doesn't have to really work on that. He could just hit mitts and not even really spar, because he's fought so many times, and just focus on that wrestling. Yeah, like all he has to do is focus on that ground, and like, because his striking is, it's come on, you can't even anybody that knows fighting knows who he is, man. It's just like you don't even have to explain who he is. We know his striking. He just needs to like chill on the striking and just work on that ground. And like you said, he's probably working on that ground all day, every day, because once you go to the UFC and you start hitting those guys in that top 10, and that's where he's gonna end up there. I think he's gonna end up there. He's gonna fight some tune-up fights, but he's gonna end up in that top 10. He's gonna face someone like Glover, who's has power and he's sick on the ground.
Yeah, I agree with you as well, bro.
And
So but for him, I think he just needs to get takedown deep. Like obviously, he needs to be decent on the ground or try to improve himself. But I think the key for him is to be able to get up if he gets taken down and to be able to defend the takedown before he ever gets there. He doesn't need to be like learning submissions and how to submit a guy. Like he needs a simple choke or two, and he needs to learn how to not get taken down because then he can just do his thing. And he needs to learn how, if he does get taken down, how to get up.
but at that level of the light heavyweight division in the UFC, the top guys in that division are wrestlers.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's why I'm saying. But look, I firmly believe that wrestling and MMA and wrestling are two different things. So if you learn how like takedown defense as like a good striker, man, that puts you at a damn good advantage. Like think about Gokhan Saki. He's not worried about one other person in the entire UFC outstriking him. So all he has to do is learn how not to get taken down. Of course, it's easier said than done. But that's my point. Like, learn how to not get taken down and learn how to get up if you do get taken down. Don't worry about submitting because Gokhan Saki ain't submitting nobody in the UFC unless he's been a black belt and no one knows about it. Like that's the only way.
For sure. Do you think that in the old UFC, before they sold it, do you think they would have signed Gokhan Saki?
I don't know, bro. To be honest with you,
I don't think they would have.
maybe
Was
not.
CM Punk signed before they sold the UFC?
Yeah, I believe
Oh, but
so.
then maybe that they
Yeah, I
probably
think
would
so.
have signed him in the old
I think.
UFC too. Especially if they're gonna go to, it seems like they're planning on going to Europe a lot from now on.
Yeah, they are. I think they are, bro. I met one of the UFC, one of the new IMG guys. Is it IMG?
Yeah.
Yeah, I met one of them. This guy Tom, super cool guy. Shout out to Tom if you're listening. He's from the UK, but it was his like third event, and he was like quite enjoying it. It was a cool guy to talk to. Just getting like a little bit of information on it and everything, and like they're all like super new to it. Like he said he would like watched MMA a little bit before this fight or before he got the started working with the UFC as well. Um, so it was pretty cool to talk to someone that actually works for the company.
And he was saying that, they got big plans for the European market.
He was talking about like the Europe market and stuff. Not he didn't go into a lot of detail with me. Just more so like he's worked for IMG for a while and that like he doesn't know much about fighting and like there were a couple other people that he introduced me to that didn't know much about fighting either, but were there and they were like really enthused and enjoying it and he did say like they have like big plans for the UFC and like they're really excited about basically being like a new project for them and stuff.
All right, that's cool then, man, for Europe because seems like they're having some big shows out there, and a lot of people love fighting, especially in Sweden, because they sold out some big arenas out there. What was the Gustafsson versus Rumble was like? What did they say? It was like 40,000 or something like that, some crazy number like that, 30,000.
Yeah. I think so.
So, yeah, I think that that's cool that they have some big plans for. I think it's because the there's like the need for that. They want it over there so much that they
Man, the fans
recognize.
love it.
Yeah, they love it. So, even if other parts of the world they would show that much enthusiasm like they did, they would get the UFC over there as quick as possible too. So I think it's up to
Yeah.
the fans to want it more. Um, Now let's bring it back to Asia. Before last weekend or last Friday, right? They just had the one championship in Singapore, two title fights. The title fight with Ben Askren, it was like everybody knew what was gonna happen. No surprise.
Yeah,
And
but I think everyone outside of Malaysia knew what was going to happen.
I think they knew what was gonna happen. They just was
They
rooting
were
for
lying
their
to
guy.
themselves. It's like no, I guess rooting, but like it was just almost sickening to me to be like I was reading it, and then after the fight, like I don't usually like tweet stuff, but like I had a tweet like, did anyone really think that old mate had a chance? Like, come on. I didn't
No,
even
man.
know that Ben Askren's like the odds were what they were until like that article just came out this week. But like I knew that there was it was literally impossible that he was going to win. The only chance he had was like throwing a punch that just knocked him out. That's the
But,
only shot.
but he didn't even throw a punch. Ben Askren didn't even throw a punch.
Yeah, of course he never does.
And then he
Or he'll
just
throw
grabs,
some rabbit
he just
punches.
sticks to him like glue and then just drags him to the ground. And and
I
chokes
think
him
that
out.
Agliani, yeah, I think that Agliani like thought he had legit like wrestling to like to to combat what Askren has, which is like insane to me. The people that like, of course, they want to support their countrymen. And look, man, I know the kid personally. He's came to Tiger before with the Malaysian invasion, the Mima stuff, and he's
Mhm.
like a really nice guy. And man, he's really gotten good from when I first met him. Come on, like the ONE FC should have built him up a little bit more, in my opinion, and then let him fight for the title. Like, give him another 4 or 5 fights.
They it's to me the guy, yeah, they really want a Malaysian champion. ONE FC really wants a Malaysian champion for some goddamn reason. They want a Malaysian champion because they just had Ev Ting fight for the lightweight title, and he
Yeah,
represents Malaysia. But he's not. He's Malaysian, but he doesn't really represent Malaysia. He's more of New
New
Zealand and
Zealand,
shit.
he's a
Yeah,
Kiwi, bro. He's
yeah.
repping
But
Kiwi.
the promotion's gonna do what the promotion does. But we had Ev Ting on the podcast, and he was
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
that they gotta do what they gotta do. But really, he represents New Zealand, man, because that's what it is. It is what it
Yeah.
is for him. You know what I mean? It's not like
He
he.
damn sure don't sound Malaysian, that's for sure.
Oh, definitely, he has good English. He doesn't sound
Yeah.
like Tani. He doesn't sound like him. So
No, he sounds like a Kiwi.
yeah, for sure. And I think that, man, Ben Askren, anybody that fights him in that division, even let's go to the other guy. Who fought Sebastian. And he came back
Yeah.
in the third round, right? And he fucking kneed the shit out of fucking Santos. And Santos was beating him for the first 2 rounds, I believe. And he just came back and just fucking murked him in the third with those knees. Now, those knees tell you those rules in the UFC are some bullshit right there, because there's no controversy with that fight right there with those
That's
knees.
a that's a very good point, and I agree. Like, I think you should be able to knee a down opponent, like regardless if it's one hand, two hands on your forearms, tripoded up. I think you should be able to knee because, like, if you're in that bad enough of a position where you can get kneed in the head, then like it's just like a position where like the knee, maybe that like that guy forgot that he could get kneed in the head. That's what it looked like to me
Yeah.
because he was winning, and then he
I
just
think he
caught knee
got
to
hit
the
with
head.
that first knee, and he just kind of like laid there because he thought that the ref was gonna jump in and kind of like
Yeah,
stop it.
maybe that's what I'm saying. Maybe he didn't he forgot about the rules. Like, yeah,
Mhm.
you can train that rule set or whatever, but if you've never done it, then you don't know. Like, yo, I fought in Japan before. I almost got my dome kicked off. Luckily, I got out of the way of it, and I didn't. But like, I almost got my head kicked off because I had a mental lapse for a second. But like, it's one thing to train those rule set for 1 month or 2 months, but if you've been doing it for a while, then you know it. And the Swedish kid's been doing it for a while, so he's been fighting in Asia for a long time, so he knows.
Yeah. Do you think he has a chance? Because they're trying to Ben Askren called him out, and
Yeah,
Sebastian, he's down to fight. Because Sebastian, he's been around Asia for a long time. He's down to fight anybody at any
yeah,
time.
man. I think that like he's beating one of our guys, Gun Sport. Like he's good. I think he's a lot. I think he's very underrated, and I think that ONE FC really has a chance to build this fight into like a pretty good fight, or to build it up quite good because like obviously Askren's the reigning champion. He's 16-0 or whatever. But Sebastian, man, I don't know him that well, bro. I have a lot of friends that are, from Juggernaut, like MLO and Alex Shield here. Like they all know him quite well because they've been around here longer than me, and they've trained with him and stuff and been around him. And seems like a pretty like crazy loose guy. Like he sounds like a solid dude from them, but you can't knock his fighting style, and he's quite exciting. And I think you said it pretty good. Like he does not give a shit who he fights. He's down to fight. So I think it could be a decent fight. I don't know how great his wrestling is, It may be good. I really don't know. And like I said, I didn't watch that fight. I only watched the highlights. Um, but if Askren can't get him down, he may have a problem.
Yeah, but
But
if they do make that fight, man, that guy better work on a game plan to where he's staying on his feet, or when Askren's coming in with those takedowns, throwing knees or elbows or something, man. Because Sebastian, the Swedish dude, he has power that could knock out Askren,
oh
I
yeah, for
believe.
sure. Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
and Sebastian, he's good at hitting people while they're coming in because
Yeah,
he's done it many times. I've seen many of his knockouts. So it's the best fight for ONE FC in the welterweight division, I think,
yeah,
because
I agree.
because he's the welterweight champion for PXC. No one has beaten him in
Yeah,
PXC, and
no,
your
he definitely
boy
is.
Sparv is the one that fought him right in PXC, correct?
Yeah, he was at AK at the time.
Oh, was he? Okay,
Yeah, but he fought him and lost to him.
yeah.
And
So
Askren, Askren's beat like the one last Brazilian he fought in the ONE FC. There was like all that controversy, so I don't really count that. But think about guys like he's beat some good strikers. Like he beat Jay Huron, who was like pretty well rounded. It's probably his biggest testament to his career, fighting him and winning. He beat Douglas Lima, who's one of my former training partners from
that's
Atlanta.
his biggest win right there.
No, it's definitely his biggest
Yeah.
win. But Douglas just did not do the game plan like that he should. Like he played too much jujitsu. If he would have like just worked to get up, and I think he would have done better. Not saying that he would have won, but you think about like the striking that Douglas did land. Man, he peppered him up a couple of times for a short, brief time because Askren did take him back down right away, kicked him in the leg, knocked him off his feet. Like if he would have stuck like with a low base and really like hammered him out with like leg kicks and punches, I think he would have done a lot better. But that's what I'm saying. Like Sebastian's not bad stand up and he doesn't give a shit. So that's a dangerous. I think Askren wins, but I think it's a dangerous fight for him.
Oh, definitely. It's the best fight for the welterweight
Yeah,
division in Asia. It's probably going to be the biggest fight in Asia in that division in the next couple of months, because I don't see any other welterweight fights that are this big. Because most promotions, they don't have the welterweight division really, or any
yeah,
champions in that division. So it's mostly the lighter weight divisions that are champions, right?
uh,
Um, yeah, man, the fight that I want to see is Ben Askren versus Damian Maia, man. I don't know why. I always think about that when I see Ben Askren. I always see the Damian Maia fight. And when I see Damian Maia fight, I always want to see him fight Ben Askren because I want to see the jiu-jitsu versus the wrestling, you know?
yeah.
I want to see
It's
that style. Like, maybe it might not be the most exciting fight, but I want to see how that plays out. Like, it's straight up chess right there. It
that
ain't
would be
checkers, motherfucker. Right?
that would actually be like a more exciting fight maybe than some of Maya's other fights, just because they're both good on the ground.
Yeah.
Versus like one guy being good on the ground and just like hugging and beating the shit out of another guy that's not good on the ground.
Yeah, if they do actually fight, I think Askren will be on top, and Maya will try to work some stuff from his back on his back, and I think that's how it will play out for most of the round. And then whoever can get to the most advantageous position will probably end up winning that fight. But I don't know. It's just a dream fight of mine to think about that. You know what I mean? It's not the most exciting, but who cares? Uh, moving on. Angela Lee. Man, I think, man, to me, Angela Lee is like, did you read about Angela Lee, how she was sick? She had pneumonia or something?
That's like taking. Yeah, they shouldn't have said that.
What the fuck, man? How you gonna let a fighter fight when they have pneumonia?
Chatri not thinking. I don't know, or not giving a shit because he's the boss in Asia. Like
I don't understand, like,
I
why
agree.
would you would
Conversation. I had this conversation with someone today, like where they had it with me. Why would you, if like, imagine the UFC being like, "Oh, you got pneumonia, you're clear to fight." Like that's insane.
dude, every media outlet would be attacking them.
Yes, but because it's here in Southeast Asia, no one will say shit.
Yeah, to me that's fucking bullshit. That like he said like he tried to make himself look good too in the article. Like, oh yeah, I was waiting for her or her dad to come to pull out the fight, and I told her to pull out the fight. But in the first place, you control that because you're the boss of that company, right? So
Yeah.
either him or the other guy, the president, right? They should have took charge and maybe pulled her from that fight. Luckily she won, which means that that's a good thing. If she would have lost and they put out that news, then everybody would have been like, oh, they would have been, going crazy over that shit. So I don't know, pneumonia, man. I don't people die from that shit?
Yeah, bro. I had pneumonia in college. Like I wrestled one time because I didn't know I had it until after I wrestled. I went home, got checked, and they're like, "Yo, you have walking pneumonia or whatever it was." But like I was hacking up a lung and I didn't have any energy. Like I would get tired like walking. So it's bad. It's not like a. It's not something that you should be fighting on.
Yeah. Um, you know, that just shows you that the competition that Angela Lee is fighting is just so much lower than what she's at in her career
Yeah,
right now.
I think she man, look, I think she's good, but I think that I agree with what you're saying.
She's good, like you said, but the competition is just so terrible, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of people online are talking shit like, oh, did you see this one where they said that on this time when she was trying to make weight, she took her 6 tries?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking you were gonna say. Yeah, I saw that.
And then did you hear about the one I heard about this a long time ago, but before the original title fight, the vacant title, the first title inaugural title fight against Mei Yamaguchi, she couldn't make the weight. So they paid Yamaguchi more money to take the fight. Did you hear about that rumor?
Did not say anything.
Yeah, and not say anything. But the internet, shit comes out in the internet, Twitter, all that shit comes out
I
later
haven't
on.
heard about that, but that fucking it doesn't sound it sounds accurate. It sounds like something that could happen.
Yeah, I don't, it could happen anywhere. Not just in one, but any promotion, it could happen, right? And
Yeah, but I feel like it'd be more likely to happen in one. Because I've
yeah,
heard about people before, like remember when there was supposed to be a bonus that was going around, like if they were going to do bonuses like the UFC,
yeah.
and they did one bonus, I think, and I heard that the guy got paid to just say he got the 50,000 bonus, but I heard it was like $8,000 or something like that, and they just like shut up, motherfucker, don't say shit.
They put the hood move on his ass, like, here, take this money, motherfucker. Shut the fuck up.
Whether or not it's true, I don't know, but it just sounds like some shit that would go on with them.
Yeah. Um, yeah, like with these rumors flying around, rumors, they always have some truth attached to it, right?
Yeah, I
And
believe it.
yeah, and with this, like the weight, making weight, it takes her 6 times. Of course, it takes her 6 times. She fucking got some pneumonia. She's probably on antibiotics and all that shit, right? She's all drugged up.
Right, which
So,
is terrible for cutting weight, and like it's just terrible for like the week or 2 weeks before your fight, or taking antibiotics at all.
yeah, it's like all this stuff that's going on, it kind of, like how one's always saying, like, oh, we have the best, like, weight, cutting, procedures and blah, blah, blah. The fighters don't cut weight and all this shit. And then they're saying, like, there's rumors coming out, like, it took her 6 times to make weight. And it's like, yeah,
Hey, listen,
I thought you don't even make weight.
yeah, I agree. And the last time that I was at the ONE FC was back in November, and at that event, I saw quite a few people that were cutting weight. Like I won't say,
When this procedure was already going on.
yeah, this past November, like
Okay.
yeah, like 7 months ago or whatever it was.
All
Like
right.
I saw like one or two guys that I knew personally, and some other people that looked sucked out, but like guys like cutting like dudes I know that are not at that weight class or do not walk around remotely close to that weight class.
Because I think, like, Sebastian and Santos, I think those dudes are fucking big dudes.
Yeah.
I don't think they're walking around at 170.
Probably not. I know
Yeah.
Santos for sure didn't, and Sebastian looked pretty big.
Yeah,
But
those guys look huge.
some of the guys in the lower weight classes that are champions are quite good. Yeah, they did not look remotely close, and they look sucked out.
And you haven't seen some of those guys fight since that, that has been like
Yeah,
enacted or whatever. So
yeah,
it's weird, man. It's a weird thing. On a positive note, we shitting on one a little bit about their shit that's going on, but they had some fucking awesome fights. You know what I mean? The fights were pretty awesome, especially for the up and coming fighters like
yeah,
Tiffany Teo,
yeah.
for like Rika Ishige, right? She looked
Rika's
fucking awesome.
she looked good. She's a superstar now in Thailand.
Yeah, she got Reebok deal and shit. And she doesn't even
Bro,
fight for the UFC.
she's been had a Reebok deal, but she's her like I looked at her Facebook page the other day, or her fan page. It's like almost over 40,000 like likes or people that follow her and shit. Her Instagram's like gone up since her first fight to like I think like 13, 14,000, something like that. Like she's she's like a little superstar in Thailand. And even like if you take the time to like look at some of the comments, it's so cringeworthy some of the stuff that the people write.
Is it like creepy shit?
Yeah, there's a lot of creepy shit, and then there's some other shit that's just like other like girls or like Thai guys like cute, but there's a lot of creepy shit as well. Like I even said something to Shannon. I was like, bro, like I've seen what people are writing on her Instagram, and he's like, oh yes, I see. Like, he's so respectful and stuff. But I had to give him some shit for it.
Hey, in Thailand, why do they write numbers at the end of what they write?
What
Like
555?
555. Yeah, what is that?
Yeah, 555 means ha ha ha.
Ah,
Because I believe if you type on the 5 key, there will be an H, and it says ha ha ha.
okay. I was always wondering why they were so like the fives are always at the end of everybody's
Yeah.
comments and shit.
If you ever see 555, it just means ha ha ha. In
That's
fact, my
interesting. That
mom
that
now, hey, my mom learned what it meant, or she asked me the same question, and I told her, and now she has like a creeper Instagram. It doesn't have any photos that she ever puts up. Doesn't have a profile photo. It's just I know it's my mom because of the name, and she'll like me and my brother's photos or my girlfriend's photos, and then sometimes she'll comment and be like, "Oh, nice photo," and put 555. Like, mom, stop trying to be Asian. What are you doing?
you got the whole family going Asian and shit, huh? Next thing you know, you're gonna be wearing fucking kimonos and shit. Fucking not wearing your shoes indoors and shit like that. What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't wear my shoes indoors.
Oh, you're gonna be fucking eating rice for breakfast.
I do eat rice for breakfast
God
sometimes.
damn, motherfucker. You fucking Asian. Next thing you know, you get the surgery to get the slanted eyes.
What do you eat? American food now for breakfast or Korean food?
No, I don't even eat breakfast.
Okay, for lunch and dinner.
Lunch and dinner, it all depends. Like I just cook like fusion shit. So
Yeah.
right now, I'm not even eating no rice or nothing like that. I'm
What
on
are you on
that.
a diet?
I'm on that. No, it's not a diet. I'm just on that. Like I'm trying that high fat, low carb, that style, high protein and stuff.
To be on a diet or what? To gain weight or what?
No, just to kind of burn off the fat, on my body.
So
So,
on a diet, yeah.
motherfucker, ain't no diet. It's a lifestyle.
All right. Well, you need to hit up George Lockhart, Fitness VT, baby.
All right, let me.
My dad's been on the diet for like 2 months, bro, and he's lost over 45 pounds.
God damn, that's like a whole fucking child.
Do you know George Lockhart?
Of course, of course.
Yeah. Okay. He's like, my dad's like hype. He was like messaging me. He's like, hell, son, if I'd have known I could drink this much goddamn water and eat this much wrestling, I'd have done this years ago. And I was like, well, yeah, that's why you're on the diet, Dad, because you don't know what you could do and couldn't do.
No, man, I'm just trying to like, because I'm getting old and shit. So I'm just trying to.
Are you trying to thin out for when you come here?
Oh, for sure. That's a number one, But I'm just trying to like maintain and get steady, right? Because I just been cutting out all the junk food and shit like that. Because I love that shit, I love fucking like hamburgers and shit and pizza and all that junk. So, and plus, yeah, I don't want to go over there looking like a fucking. I already got dad bod, so I wouldn't have less dad bod, right? Because I don't want to be too dad body over there. You know what I mean?
Are you gonna do some jujitsu while you're here?
Oh yeah, I plan on doing all that. Probably do
All right.
some like I don't know. I'm gonna try as much as I can. Like, of course, I'm gonna be doing
Hey,
some
you're gonna be
grappling.
like, hey, you're gonna be like one of the like stereotypical customers that come to Tiger. Cause like, listen, Crew O, the guy that does Krabi Kabong, like the ancient Muay Thai and the ancient like sword fighting and shit, he's a bad motherfucker. But all the people that take Krabi Kabong, I feel like the customers, they're like a stereotype. They're all like a bunch of nerdy motherfuckers. You're gonna be in there like with the
No, I
sticks
ain't
and
gonna do that shit. I ain't gonna do none of that shit. I'm only gonna stick to like grappling and uh and maybe
Muay
some of the
Thai.
like fitness stuff. You know what I
Well,
mean?
Muay Thai. You coming to Thailand,
No, I don't do no Muay Thai.
bro? I'm gonna hook you up. You're gonna take some practice on Muay Thai, whether you like it or not.
All right, I will. I'll do it, man.
You
I'll
can't
do
come
it.
to
Of
the
course, I'm gonna
mainland
do it.
and not do it.
I'm gonna do it, and also I plan on going over there. Do some. I'm gonna do the float. I'm gonna go float.
I tell you what, I'll go
I never
float with you.
did float. I never did the
I
float.
haven't float.
Huh?
I haven't float either.
Oh, for real? Cause I know it's right down the street.
That's right down the street. They've been telling me to come float for ages, but I haven't.
All right, then we're gonna go float, and then what else? The cockfighting and shit.
Yeah, I'll try to set up a chicken fight, and then maybe we'll go to Phuket Town. We'll go to Angels.
Yeah, we go to Angels and Devils.
Relax.
But
Yeah,
it's all
like
good,
that.
man. Um, but anyways, let's move on to I don't know. Oh yeah, before we move on to some more Asian shit, Kebler. What? How do you say his last name?
Who?
Kebler.
Uh,
How do you say his name?
Koike. Kleber
Koike.
Koike.
Kebler Koike.
I think it's Kleber Koike.
Oh, Kleber Koike, man. That dude,
Koike.
man, he's so under the radar. Like, I don't understand why people don't know this guy.
Yeah, I don't either, but I was told that if I would have won, which was like I lost the last 25 seconds, that I would have been in the UFC. So,
Yeah,
yo, I
that's what,
trained, bro. I trained with him too. He's a beast.
yeah, and he
He
doesn't look like much.
he doesn't look like much.
He doesn't look like a fighter, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he's a super nice guy. It's like hard to even fight the guy because he's so nice, and he's a genuine person, man. Like if he came back and trained, like he came and trained after we fought, like 2 months after we fought, messaged me, asked me after the fight when he was getting stitched up, messaged one of the managers about coming, and they were like, "Hey, what do you think?" And I was like, "Man, let like if he was a prick, I would have been like, yo, no, I don't want him." But like he's such a nice guy, and even outside of that, I knew that he was such a high level black belt that people could learn from him, and he's very very good.
I
He's
think that
by far the best grappler I've ever fought. Probably one of the best grapplers I've ever trained with. Like he's that good.
he's up there with Damian Maya, man. A guy that's fighting MMA that can just is
How
quick
many
on the
did
ground.
John? Did you look at his submission? Like how many submissions of wins? Because he's got like 22 something like that
Oh, dude,
wins.
he has like 20 submissions.
Yeah, he's out of his however many wins. He's at like 95% of
Yeah.
submission.
And they're
It's
all
ridiculous,
like chokes, triangle. Yeah, chokes basically. Like
bro. I hit that
triangles,
dude.
guillotines and shit.
Yes, he's so good. Like I remember the first round and the second round, like just handle him pretty well. But even on the ground, like as a wrestler, I was like, I've seen everything he's got now. Like he's good because he kept me on my toes the whole time. But then like in the third round with like 25 seconds left, hitting him or kicking him and then like getting behind him and stuff, and he came out of nowhere with a submission. Like literally, like I just almost fell into it. It was crazy. But man, he's even before that, it took everything I had not to get swept, not to like his guard is so active and he has a good butterfly guard. He's got good submissions. man, he's good. He's very good.
Yeah, I
And
think
he won that belt in front of like what was it, 58,000 people?
58,000 people that fucking hate you.
I can't fathom that. Honestly, I can't at all. I can't fathom that because the event that I was at this week or the last weekend was 16,000 people, and then you think about 58,000 people. That is insane.
For real. And it was like the country right next door to you.
Yeah, that's insane.
That's that's how kind of weird how the world works is that
Yeah,
you fought this guy in China, trained with him in Thailand, and
yeah.
then you were
I
in
was cornering in Sweden.
you was cornering in Sweden for the UFC, and he was right next door in Poland fighting in front of 58,000 people winning the
It
featherweight
was,
title.
bro. It was insane because before the fight, like I commented on his Facebook and I was like, "Hey man, good luck." And then where I said like, it wasn't "Hey man," but it was like more formal. And then after the fight, I sent him a message and I was like, "Hey brother, like congrats. I'm happy for you." Because man, he's honestly he's like a genuinely very nice person. Like what you see is what you get. Doesn't speak the greatest of English, but him and I could communicate. We had some good laughs, like while we were training, like with stuff that I hit him with, like different elbows. I was showing him that I like hit him with, and like he was showing me the submission that he caught me with. So it was a good time. But yeah, more power to him.
Yeah, he's to me is I don't understand why he's not in the UFC yet.
Yeah, I
Because
don't know either.
yeah, it's
Because
weird to me. Like I don't understand why ONE FC or Road or any of these promotions they don't want to let him fight.
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's like this dude is fight. He trains in Japan. He's always in Japan, right? He's part of probably one of the best jiu-jitsu teams in Japan, right? Him and the brothers. Oh fuck, I forgot their names. But there's the brothers that are like they go around. They're like straight jiu-jitsu guys, and he
Are they
trains with them.
Japanese or Brazilian or half?
I think they're half.
So they're
I think
like
they're
him. They're half
Souza
Japanese, half
brothers.
Brazilian.
Yeah, I think they're called. I think their name's Souza brothers or something like that. Sounds like some fucking gang from Scarface or some shit.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Yeah. So, but yeah, yeah. I just wanted to bring him up, man, because give him props, man, because he's fucking in Asia, fucking shit up, and nobody fucking gives a. Even the
Yeah,
fucking media in Asia don't even fucking print anything about him.
bro, it's crazy.
Like
It's
like me when I was writing shit, I was writing shit about him. Like every time he came out, every time he fought for KSW, because he's fought for KSW a few times.
yeah,
So
yeah. I think
yeah,
he's lost one time in KSW.
the first time I talked to you, you were gonna fight him.
Yeah, I think that is
Remember?
the first time. Yeah.
Yeah, the
So
first time
what
we
you
actually
think? You're
talked
like,
to
yo, this white guy's crazy.
him. No, because I didn't know him before
Get
that.
kicked in.
I didn't know him before
I
that.
remember the Australian guys, Suman and his brother Ashkan, that's fighting in the UFC.
Yeah.
His brother Suman was there cornering someone else, and we had a laugh about it the other day. Like he, I don't remember what he wrote on Facebook, but I like commented and made reference to our fight with my fight with Kleber, and like, but as a joke, like taking the piss out of myself.
Mm.
And he like commented back, like joking about it, but like he was there for the fight, and like he told me, he's like, bro, I don't know why you took that fight, but then I realized afterwards, like why. But like, because he's that good, man. He's just like a snake that is like, even his, like before I was like, oh man, his stand up's not that great, but he's not bad at all. Like he came and trained. He trained with me, Bruno. Like Bruno was supposed to fight Kleber before,
Oh shit.
and Art of or and what was the promotion again?
Rebel.
Yeah, and Bruno was supposed to fight Kleber and Rebel like a year before me, or 8 months before me. So like, we all knew who he was. But
For
man,
real.
his jiu is good.
He's sick, man. Like someone need to pick him up, man. It's a
Yeah,
travesty.
yeah, it is a travesty, and I don't know why like Bellator or hell the UFC, somebody, I don't know why they don't pick him up, because he literally has to be like 22, 23 in like 3 or 4 right now, like with like out of the however many wins, he's probably got 20, 21 submissions now.
I think he's on like a fucking like more than
Bro,
10 fight win streak.
pull it up because he beat um, Volkanovski, Alex Volk, who's fighting on the New Zealand card.
Oh, for real?
What?
Oh, he's
No,
22 and 4.
Yeah, okay, 22-4. How many submissions?
Let me see. Oh, fuck, dude.
The guy that Alex
It's so
Volk
many
beat.
submissions, man. It's
Yeah,
like
I'm
hard to
telling you,
count.
bro.
He submitted so many fucking top guys, man.
Bro, the guy that Alex Volk beat for the PXC title, that Japanese guy that was like big as shit. Like I remember Volk being like, "Yo, he's so strong." Like the guy was so strong. He was. I think Volk triangled him. Well, Kleber beat him too, and Pancrase.
Yeah, he did. He choked him out.
Yeah, that guy's big, man. He's good. Kleber's not a big guy.
No, he doesn't seem big at all.
Not big.
He's fucking tapped fucking Miguel Torres,
Yeah, think about that.
fucking some dudes, man. He was on a fucking damn dude, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. He was on a 13 fight win streak with 12 submissions before he lost at KSW 33, and then he won 4 in a row for the title he just, fought for. But
So right before he fought me, he lost.
yeah, he did. Oh, well, he beat Yachi, the guy that you're talking about,
Yeah, okay, he beat him.
and
Then
he
I
fought
lost.
you. Yeah. But man, he's like one of the top guys in Asia, man, no doubt. No doubt. Like,
Yeah, he's number one in
and
China,
nobody
and
really knows him.
it's crazy to me.
He's ranked number 1 in China, Eastern Europe, and Poland.
That's
And he's
insane.
from fucking Japan.
That's crazy.
I don't know, man. Like, I don't know how like a dude like him gets slept on like that. It just amazes me. But
Yeah,
talking about Japan, Pancrase 287 went down, right? On Sunday after the UFC. Or no, actually
yeah.
before the UFC.
You have to update me because I didn't watch it.
Well, uh, I just want to talk about it, and then I'll let you. And I got some questions for you, like kind of, from your perspective. Um, Shintaro Ishiwatari, right, who is the champion, the bantamweight king of Pancrase. He lost the first 2 rounds in the main event to Silva, and then he just fucking won the last 3 rounds and kept the title, which was a
What?
clear decision win.
He lost the first 3 and won the
First
last
2.
3.
No, he lost the
Oh, okay.
first 2 and
Like
won
what?
clearly the last 3, which was pretty amazing because um he got cardio for days, man. Like that dude was just on him for all 5 rounds. And Silva, the problem that I have with Silva is that before I go to Silva, I'm gonna give you some other stuff. Suri Kondo, which was the strawweight, she fought Kimberly Novaes for the strawweight title, and she won 5-round, unanimous decision. And she's a pro wrestler that turned into an MMA fighter, the Kondo chick, and she used knees. But
Oh, really?
yeah, she used knees to win that fight. She won, like, Kimberly Novaes won the first round, and then Kondo won the last 4 with knees, especially knees that she worked. And she was much bigger than the other girl, so she kind of like controlled her pretty well, except for the first round. Um, Another thing that happened there that was kind of shocking is that Hatsu Hayoki. You know Hatsu Hayoki? He fought
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
He
train
got
with
knocked
Hatsu.
out in 14 seconds.
Yeah, he should stop fighting. Bahu.
Tanaka, who is like a guy that's older than him. Not as
Yeah,
many fights, but older.
I trained with uh what Hatsu Hayoki.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I trained with him before in Atlanta. He came to Atlanta and trained at Brian Stan's gym for like a week. And I remember it was when he first came in. It was before he fought Dan Hooker. It was when he first came into the UFC. and he was still like ranked number 3 or something like that. And I remember grappling with him, and afterwards, I remember Brian Sand being like, "Hey man, how was that?" Like with a smile, and I was like, "Quite good. It was a confidence booster." Like I remember like doing well with him, like sparring and grappling, and but yeah, after that, man, he went down.
Yeah, Hyoki, when he went into the UFC, he had a lot of hype because he was one of the best, featherweights in Asia. And then when he
Yeah,
went to the UFC, he got exposed badly
yeah,
and never got anywhere. And then at Pancrase 287, dude, he got slept on the feet. He did the scarecrow. He did the scarecrow, like when you get hit and your arms go stiff and you just like, like a building and shit, just,
yeah.
like a break dancer and shit. He did that bad, dude. It was nasty. But yeah, he got knocked out, right? And to me, I think he's just fighting just to have his name out there and to just keep going, but not like to be a champion or anything like that, because I don't think that's going to happen for him anywhere. But the thing that I want to talk about is during the championship fight between Ishiwatari and Silva. Silva kept on like talking to the ref,
Saying what?
like like saying like, is this legal, or like he was saying like weird things to the ref during the fight. What do you think about fighters talking to the ref during the fight?
I think occasionally it's okay. Like most of the time, like being a referee, if a fighter was talking to me, I'm like, shut up. But like I think occasionally there's a time and a place for it. Like if you're beating the shit out of the guy and he's, not defending himself, but the ref's letting it go on, like, yeah, talk to the ref. Or if you're okay, but the ref thinks you're getting beat up and you're like, hey, it's, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good, then, you're responsive. But
it wasn't that situation. It was like he was just like looking at him and saying like, is this, can he do this? Like that. It wasn't not like,
yeah,
he was responsive and
that
stuff.
I would be like, no, motherfucker, you should have listened to me in the rules meeting.
It was weird, man. Like it kind of made me think like Silva he couldn't do nothing. So he was just trying to find a way out of that position by talking to the ref. And
Yes, it's really weird
I
that
think you should be penalized for talking to the ref if you just talking to him without the ref actually initiating the conversation.
right.
It's some stupid
Well,
shit right there.
unless he had like a legitimate question.
Well, what kind of question would you have? Like,
That's what I'm saying. Like,
what
I
kind
don't
of
think I
it's
would
like,
have a
oh, so
question.
what are you gonna eat? What are you gonna eat for dinner? After the fight, like
By the way, would you like steak or chicken tonight?
exactly. I'll be your waiter for tonight's 4-course meal. Like what the fuck are you talking to him for? When I was watching, I was like, what the fuck is he doing? Does he really want to win this title? It's
Yeah,
just.
that's kind of weird, bro.
And then after that, just fucking Ishiwatari just fucking just dominated him for 3 rounds, dude. It was just bad. I think the cardio, he couldn't keep up with the cardio. It just shows you cardio is king. He just
Oh
ran
man,
through him.
hey, the worst place to be in a fight is to be in the fight and then be like, man, I'm so tired. Like, if only I had conditioning, I feel like I could be like that is the worst feeling. It's the worst feeling in sparring too. Like, there's no worse position to be than out of cardio. It's insanely bad. So
Because you
terrible.
have those mental lapses where you like kind of stall out, and then next thing you know, the guy got your fucking neck or your arm or some shit.
Right.
It
It's
happens to me all the time in jiu-jitsu and shit. I just be chilling and shit.
tell you what, you ain't gonna be chilling when I'm choking you.
Oh, well, I'm gonna be wearing some shit that you can't choke me with.
What, you gonna have a magic cape on?
Yeah, I got some shit on. I got some shit coming from North Korea.
No.
Straight up, I know that North Korean jiu-jitsu, motherfucker.
Did they have jujitsu in North Korea?
Hell yeah, I know that shit.
Stop. They don't have jujitsu in North Korea.
Man, I got the purple belt in that shit right now. I show you the gi that I got from fucking Kim
North
Jong Il.
Korea.
I show you the fucking gi I got from Kim Jong Il, man.
I'll tell you what, if your people knew you had a North Korean gi, they would not be happy. That is for sure.
Bro, especially right now, motherfuckers flexing up there. But
Yeah, they flex them, but I think they selling wolf tickets.
yeah, it's all wolf tickets, man. You know that shit, man. They ain't no bullet. They ain't doing shit out there. Oh, another thing was, in the Gustafsson fight, right? He was like, you know, had his fingers out like this, and he poked him in both eyes. Did you see that shit?
Yeah, I saw maybe the first. I don't remember two pokes, but I do remember seeing the instant replay on the camera, and I remember thinking to myself, his fingers ain't in his eyes, and I remember the commentators saying the same shit, like, if it was up to me, I would have said that it didn't actually go in his eyes.
Fuck. Hey, didn't some of your other guys fight this past like a couple days ago at E1?
Yeah, last night,
Yeah, last
Janae.
night. What happened with
So
that?
Janae is from she's fighting for Tiger now. She's here long term. She's not like one of our fighters, but she's becoming one. Like she's doing her thing. She's representing for us, and last night she won in E1. She's from Australia. She trains with Australian top team with those guys, and she's been improving. She won, and then our sponsored fighter who's been here for over a year now, Tatsuya Yamada from Japan, he won. He's like won 2 fights in like 3 weeks. Like he's on the ass kicking contest, man.
For real. So
He's good.
E1, where is that? Where is that again? China?
Yeah, Hong Kong.
Hong Kong? Yeah,
Yeah, is that part of China, or is that its own country, or is that
I
own
think it's
republic?
separate for some reason, but I think it's the same now. I don't know, man. The fucking politics of that shit is fucked up.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
feel like
like,
if you get a stamp in your passport, it's just another country.
cause, yeah, cause they have different passports, don't they?
Yeah,
Oh, you know what? Also, you know what happened is Kulun Fight MMA 12 is happening
when
right now.
Yeah, I was speaking with someone today who was telling me about that, and they were like, "Oh, I bet you didn't know Kunlun was having a fight today for MMA," and I was like, "Nope, didn't know that."
Was
So
it Sayat?
no, it wasn't Syed. It was John Nutt.
Oh, Sayat, man, that dude knows a lot of shit.
Have you talked to Syed?
No, but I know him from like Twitter and stuff, and he knows some shit.
Hey, he does, man. Let's get Syed on the show.
Oh, we're gonna definitely get Sayat on the show, man.
You tell me when we got Syed, because he manages Kairat, the former ONE FC champion that hasn't fought over a year and a half.
Okay. And we should talk about that, man. Why he's not fucking fighting and shit. Hey, Melvin Gillard just got fucking wheel kicked, knocked out at Kulun Fight 12. It
Hold
just
on,
happened. Wheel
just right
kick.
now.
Yeah. Wheel kicked, got
Got
knocked
updates
out with a
coming
wheel
on
kick. Huh?
You have updates coming on your computer?
It's on Twitter, man. Sayat.
Oh shit!
Sayat knows some shit, right? And also, Melvin Gillard came in 5 kilos over.
What an asshole!
5 kilos is
Hey,
fucking like 12
in other news,
pounds.
I got breaking news. Hold on one
All right.
second.
Let's see some shit.
All right, so I got a girl that competes. She's from Isan, um, which is the north of Thailand. It's like the country, and there's a lot of great Thai fighters from Isan. And I have a girl that's like in her teens still, and her manager, well, she wants to fight MMA, and she's coming to Tiger Muay Thai to train, and she's already got quite a few offers because of her extensive stand-up background. So she'll be here in the next couple of weeks.
All right.
Big,
That sounds
big,
good.
small news for MMA, but big news for us because she has potential to be a beast.
Well,
When I was in the army,
two Korean girls got 2 Korean women, let's say women, right? Not girls because they're not little. Women were just signed, right? The girl that was supposed to fight Holly Holmes was rumored to fight Holly Holmes. She got signed. She's gonna fight Oh fuck.
She's the one with the bowl cut, right?
She's gonna fight in the UFC Singapore card, right?
She got the bowl cut, right?
Huh? Yeah, the one with the bowl cut. She's a
Yeah, yeah.
beast, man. I'm telling you, she comes forward and just throws bombs. That's her style. And she got a little bit of ground skills too.
So who's she fighting?
She's fighting fuck. Let me see. She's fighting the Dova or something like that. Man, you got me. I should have had this shit ready and shit, but I fucked up.
It's all
Hey,
good,
what
bro.
is UFC fighting at? Oh, here it is. I got it right here. Okay, she's fighting Lucy Pudilova.
I don't know who that is, but I don't know much
Yeah,
about them.
she's 6-2. She has the same nickname as your girl, Valentina.
Who? The Bullet?
Yes.
Yo, she's kidding. She don't want to go down and fight the Bullet, though.
No, but she's from Czech Republic. This girl, Lucy Pudilova. She's only 22 years old, man. She's a youngster.
Good for her.
Yeah. But this girl,
Is this her first fight in the UFC?
fuck. Let me see. No, she lost to Lena Landsberg.
I don't even know who that is, but
That's
she
the girl
lost.
that got her ass whooped by the first girl that got whooped by Cyborg when she came to UFC.
She's fighting at 145
Yeah. No, they're fighting at 135.
or 135. Welcome to the UFC, sweetheart.
Yeah, both of them, it's gonna be a crazy fight because I'm interested to see what this Korean girl can do, man. Because she
I
I've
think
seen
that
her
will
fight
be.
live many times. I know her a little, like I've been, around her a few
You
times.
got faith in her?
Do I have faith in her? Oh yeah, I have faith that she'll last longer. She'll last a little while in the UFC, but I don't know. See, the thing is, like, like it always goes back to like what I always say about fighters is that they need to go around and train with other fighters and be in a camp where it's like you have a lot of different looks and you can't just be the best person in your gym.
Right.
You got to have people that are equals or better or different, like styles of fighting. It should all
Right.
be there. And I think that she might be limited by that if she's not training at like, other camps. If she
Send her
can.
to Tiger.
Well, it would be nice for her to come to Tiger. But the thing is maybe her coach might not want her to go to Tiger and, fight or
Well, she should be
train.
like some of the other Korean fighters who are open-minded and do come to Tiger.
Oh yeah, like even like a guy that anybody that is open minded, they will go to Tiger, right? That's just I think a lot of them they're just afraid that they don't know nobody, so they're like they don't go.
I will be more than happy to greet them with the "안녕하세요" as I did today.
Of course, man. You know the most important words, hello,
Yeah,
and fuck you.
yeah. 안녕하세요. 감사합니다. 처음에요.
And what's the last
And
one?
Shibai.
Yeah,
Shibai.
yeah. There you go. That's the best one.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, what about your the girl that was at Tiger? She just got signed. That's fucking crazy because she was rumored to get signed by Invicta, and then
Yeah,
all of a sudden, huh?
big news. That's big news.
Yeah, all of a sudden the UFC picks her up for the New Zealand card, and she's
And what about
fighting
all
JJ Aldrich. JJ Aldrich was supposed to fight Kassem, the girl from a Australian top team, but she got injured. So basically, uh, Chanmi, her name is Chanmi John. She's just taking the opportunity of a lifetime.
good for her because
Yeah.
I messaged. Well, in fact, when I got off the plane from Sweden, I had a great source tell me that she got signed to the UFC, and I was quite happy. And then I verified that source, and that source was right as always. And then I messaged her and said congratulations, and she
For
sent me
sure,
back.
man. It's huge. It's
Congrats.
huge for her. It's huge for Korea, man. It's huge for Asian MMA because, it shows you that they're still interested in signing
Right.
especially women fighters, man, and that's cool. I love it.
And
You know,
her and her boyfriend Dehan are like, they're just like awesome people, man. They just like because I think about what you tell me about Korean fighters and not living in Korea and stuff like that. But they came to Thailand. I didn't even know who the hell they were. Obviously, they were both somebody, and I learned that within like 2 days. But the guy who was in charge of the sponsored fighters like gave them a chance, and obviously it panned out. And they are both like, they're just like they're very appreciative people, like from everything, from training to like techniques. They're just like they're happy people. They want to learn, and they're both very good already. So it's a pleasure to work with both of them.
for sure. Maybe not even maybe, dude. Like I'm gonna go down there and show you some things, and then all of a sudden you guys are gonna have to sponsor me and shit, and I'll be like, nah, man, I ain't even with all that shit. I'm gonna have to do the big dog shit on your ass and just bounce and not get the sponsorship. Because everybody wants the sponsorship, right? But I'm just gonna
Yeah,
deny that shit. Be like, nah, man, I ain't trying to fight. Cause I'll be the champion, no problem.
I think before we talk about all that, maybe you and I will roll together.
I don't want to embarrass you, man.
I'll
Don't do
bring you to
that to
sparring.
yourself.
Actually, we'll do everything. We'll spar and we'll roll.
Oh, you gonna try me out all in one day?
Yeah, I'm gonna try you out.
All right, before we go, man, I want to get your predictions, man, because this weekend, you know what's up? UFC 212.
All
Who
right,
you
let me have
got?
it. I
Jose
already saw your
Aldo,
prediction.
Max Holloway.
I'm gonna go with Jose.
Fuck that. I got Max, man. Max TKO, fourth
All
round.
right,
Make
you
a
want to put a
prediction,
wager on?
man.
You want to?
Don't be scared and shit.
All right. Well, you want to put a wager on it?
We'll make a wager because I'm gonna be down there next week.
All right. If I
You
win,
gotta get the nipple rings.
nah, I'm not. But if I win, you have to buy me dinner and drinks. And if you win, I'll buy you dinner and drinks.
All right, let's bet on a few of these then.
All
Let's do the fucking
right,
what's
I'm
that
gonna
shit
bet on
called?
that.
What's that shit called? Uh,
What
a
is that shit
parlay?
called? I
A
don't know.
parlay? A parlay? No, it's all
Yeah,
good.
but
We could bet that. We could bet that. We could bet that. So
all
you
right.
got Jose, and I got Max, and I got Max TKO and Jose on at his house, just like how Kebler went into Poland and took out the fucking Polish zombie, who is the training partner of Carolina Kovaczynski or whatever her fucker name is, right? So, anyways, Claudia Gadelia, Carolina whatever her fucker name is. Who you got?
I really don't know.
Damn, this motherfucker don't know, man. You gotta pick some shit.
I'll say the Polish girl.
Fuck, I got Claudia
All right, I'll say the Polish girl.
because she got the booty dance. Okay, you
She
got the
does.
Polish girl. All right. Vitor versus Nate Marquardt, the old school fight. What's up with that one?
I got Vitor.
Oh, me too, man. I got Vitor knocking him out easy.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Oh, this is a fucking under the radar right here. Marlon Moraes, who was the WSOF champ,
Yeah. WSOF.
versus Rafael Asuncao. I already know who you're gonna pick.
Of course you do. Rafael Sansao, stand up.
Yeah,
Ruby
that's fucking like
Management,
there's some
manager,
fucking behind
training camp.
stories right there.
That's ATL, baby.
That's some
Rafael,
fucking
listen, I can say that right now. Rafael, I've been at Tiger for over 3 years now, almost 3.5 years. Rafael Sansao is by far the highest level guy I've ever trained with. And when he was in the WEC, he was not fighting at his full potential. He, in the UFC, has been fighting at his fullest potential. When he fought Dillashaw the last time, he was banged up. It was first fight in a long time. Not making excuses for him. Not the ideal fight for him. But Rafael Sansao is one of the best people I've ever trained with, if not the best people. best person. He's on another level.
For sure, man. You know what's fucked
But
up?
this fight depends on what coaches he's been training with. There's a lot of it depends on who he's been training with.
You know what's fucked up is like Anderson Silva was supposed to be on this shit, man. He was supposed to be
Yeah,
on this
that's crazy.
card against Gastelum. That's the fight that I wanted to see. And it's like, how, man, he fucking smoking weed and shit. That's some bullshit right there, man. Like, I don't understand what the fuck they're thinking about when they
Yeah,
start fucking, busting people for weed. They know it's not fucking bad shit. USADA. And then, did you just see that news about Courtney Casey? How she had elevated testosterone, but that wasn't under USADA. That was under the Dallas Commission.
I didn't see that.
And she doesn't get busted by USADA, man. That's stupid shit, man. It shows you this kind of they're still working on the shit now, man. So
Yeah, it's still new. Like all of it's still up in the air. It's just crazy.
yeah. But anyways, before we go, I just want to let people know like what's coming up in Asia. From what I see, there's a few like small promotions going down in South Korea. Road FC has their little Central League. TFC has their Dream 3 with mostly all women fighting. So that should be interesting. Urban Fight Night 11 is popping off in Australia on Saturday. Other than that, there's not much more action going on in the Asian, Pacific area. So that's about it. I think, yeah, that's it. So, yeah, it was a good talk. Now you're back, so you should be back And I think the next one we do together, maybe it might be one of those Facebook Live ones, because we'll be there together. So we just turn on the Facebook Live and just start bullshitting, and who knows what kind of guests will pop by on those days, because we might just do a few of them over there. And yeah, if you down there, get at your boy. Get at your boy and see what's popping. I might have to spar you and shit. All right, George. Yeah, all right, George, man. You take care, man. Don't take it personal, man. You know me. I ain't no fighter. I'm handicapped, so you gotta like tie your hands behind your back, and then I'll spar you.
Just leg kicks.
Yes. Just leg kicks. All right. So yeah, take care of your shit. I'm gonna take care of my shit, and that's the end of the podcast. Peace.
Radio bitches.
For real. It's not just for the bitches. It's for the dudes too.